Good evening, YouTube. My name is Joshua Knight, and I'm over here at CrossFit Beaufort, and we're going to talk about rest, overtraining, and overreaching, how you should organize your rest and recovery days. But first, let's knock out some definitions. So what exactly is overtraining? What is it? Let's define it before we go into it.
Overtraining can be defined as the accumulation of stress resulting in a long-term decrease in performance.
Thank you, Nerd Josh. So what overtraining really is, what can be taken from this definition, is that it's the accumulation of stress. So stress on your body from working out, from really training hard, I hope you are, and it results in long-term decreases in performance. This can be through constant fatigue. This can be through injuries that come from being fatigued and collapses in form. And this all leads to a loss of gym time. And like I always say, we want to keep you in the gym, we want to keep you moving because we want you to stay healthy and reap benefits from this. But if you overtrain, you might have a risk of a decrease in long-term performance. But did you know that overtraining has a little brother named overreaching? Nerd Josh, what's the definition of overreaching?
Overreaching can be defined as the short-term excessive training which leads to short-term decreases in performance.
So there you have it. Overreaching is pretty much the short-term version of overtraining. If you overreach and you continue to overreach, you will reach a state, see what I did there, of overtraining. And what that's going to be is the begin of when you ache every day, your joints hurt, you just have trouble getting up in the mornings. I'm not talking about regular gym soreness. I'm talking about when it begins to affect your performance on a day-to-day basis. This is where rest days come into play. With properly planned rest days, you can do a whole lot of good and preserve your training style as well as your regular day-to-day activities. So, Nerd Josh, what's the definition of a rest day?
A rest day can be defined as a day to consume or imbibe copious amounts of pizza, cheeseburgers, and beer. Although I prefer a good Cabernet.
Sorry, I didn't know my alter ego was such a wine connoisseur. The real reason behind a rest day and a recovery day is to give your body a chance to catch up with itself, to restore the muscle glycogen stores, the little energy stores you have in your muscle, and to allow your tissues to heal themselves, to rest and repair those soft tissues like tendons, ligaments, different parts of the joint. And when you work out, your muscles, have little micro tears in them. And those need time to heal just like any injury to the body. Don't worry yourself though, these are good tears because they allow your muscles to grow. And active rest and recovery days are just those days where you go into the gym, or even if you have like a home gym of some kind, and you perform very light, non-strenuous exercise just to get your joints moving through the range of motion, to allow your body to still practice and work and still keep that calorie expenditure high, but you want to keep it low impact. A good example of this would be riding a bicycle, an elliptical, or even using a rowing machine. If you have access to a Concept 2 rower, those are great machines. So now that we're experts on overreaching and overtraining, now it's time to compare those concepts to progressive overload. And I thought I had my table chart but wait just a second. So let's go over what overtraining and overloading really is. Overloading is necessary for muscle growth. It's pushing yourself and beating yourself from last week. Maybe putting an extra 2.5 pounds in the bar, maybe a little extra 5 pounds, maybe cranking out that extra rep just to prove that you can. Now, overtraining, as we've gone over already, results in lost gym time. It's really pushing yourself too hard, and it's beating yourself as if you were a dead horse. You don't want to be a dead horse because dead horse can't win any races. Okay? You want to be overloading because that's how you're going to get muscle progression. That's how you're going to get muscle growth. It's necessary for it. It's needed. You have to do more than what you wanted to do before if you want to see results that you haven't seen before. And to help me draw the line between overloading and overtraining, I have up here a diagram. And I'm going to let Nerd Josh come on and explain it.
Thank you, Josh. What we have here is a stimulus fatigue supercompensation diagram, also known as the fitness fatigue paradigm. And if this solid black line is your baseline, and the blue line is our perceived effort. If we exert ourselves to meet a training stimulus, fatigue will follow. Your body will have to relax to recompensate for itself. The next stage is that after this fatigue, your body will build itself up even stronger and allow us to reach a supercompensated level, otherwise known as muscle growth. It will recruit more muscles to do the work. It will become more efficient at firing the neural patterns, and it will also raise your energy stores, allowing you to do more reps in the future.
Thank you, Nerd Josh. So, what I have up here now is what I usually do as far as planning my rest days. I strongly believe that you should plan your rest days because it'll allow you to have a good program to continue going on. You know what days you're going to be resting. You know what days you go hard. You know what days you might need a little bit of rest. So, if I lift on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I like to rest on a Thursday. And then I come back Friday, Saturday, get a good pump for the weekend, and then I like to rest on a Sunday. That way I can tackle things anew on a Monday. Now, this diagram right here, this is by no means set in stone. I will change my schedule from time to time depending on what demands I might have for the week, and you should do that too. You should really depend on your own schedule and look at it and see, okay, maybe Thursday is a bad day for me. You know, I'm working till 7 at night, and it's not enough time for me to get to the gym and get home and do all my chores and, you know, do whatever I have to if I have kids there as well. So maybe you want to take, you know, instead of going there and lifting for about an hour and a half, go there, just get on a bike for 30 minutes. You know, get your muscles working, get the blood flowing a little bit, have that sense of accomplishment, lift light. I know that some people on rest and recovery days will do the same lifts that they did the previous few days, but they'll do them at 50% weight and only maybe about do 2 or 3 sets, and, you know, do a few more reps than usual. So you really want to make sure that you get the most out of your rest and recovery days. Drink lots of water. Make sure you're sleeping well. This will also contribute to recovery on your workout days as well. Just make sure that you take the proper time to rest and recover. This is Joshua Knight coming to you from CrossFit Beaufort. Thank you all for watching.
Hi guys, Nerd Josh here, and thank you for watching the video. Please don't forget to subscribe. If you don't, that's okay. I still like you. We can be friends. And I would really suggest that you would leave a comment down below. Let me know what I could do better, or I'm always looking for self-improvement. And I would like to always remind you, work hard and work smart.